Garlic is planted in different months depending on where you are. Here in the South, we have warm weather through October and mild winters, so we typically plant our garlic later in the year. I usually plant mine in November. But if you live in a climate where the ground freezes in winter, you can start planting your garlic right now in September. As long as you get it in the ground before the ground freezes, you should be good to go. And if you miss that window, you can plant as soon as the ground starts to thaw. There's two different types of garlic. There's soft neck and hard neck. Hard neck garlic has a stem that goes right through the center of the garlic bulb down to the root plate. They also produce scapes, really cool looking and edible flower buds. Now, I've always heard that hard neck garlic is for zones 3 through 8. However, I've seen some southern gardeners growing it, so I'm gonna give it a try this year. Let me know if you're in zones 9 to 11 and you've grown hard neck garlic before with success. Here in the South, we typically grow soft neck garlic. There's no stem going down through the garlic bulb. It's just a solid bulb with lots of cloves. Another bit of information I've always heard is you need to pre-chill your garlic bulbs in southern mild winter climates to mimic a cold winter, much the way you do tulip bulbs. Well, I did an experiment on that a few years ago, and my unchilled garlic did better than the chilled garlic. So I haven't chilled it since, and I get great production. I usually plant my leftover garlic that I grew the past season, but you can grow grocery store garlic, but you want to get organic if possible, because sometimes non-organic are sprayed with a sprout inhibitor that could inhibit them from sprouting. If you've had issues before planting garlic and you get lots of disease, I would go with seed garlic from a seed company or plant company, because they're most likely going to be disease-free and give you an easier time. No matter where you get your garlic, you want to choose the strongest, biggest, best looking cloves. So if I pull these apart here, you've got cloves of different sizes. And if you cook with garlic, you've probably seen that there are some bigger ones and some smaller ones. The bigger ones are the ones you want to use for planting. Save the smaller ones and take those into the kitchen for cooking. Now, the requirements for garlic are very similar to onions. They want very light, loose, well-draining soil. They want consistent moisture. You don't want to let them dry out for too long, which in the winter, typically it doesn't here. That's when we get our rain. And garlic also likes lots and lots of sunshine. Garlic is a root crop. They're a bulb. And so just like when we plant tulips, we want a lot of phosphorus. Phosphorus is for root development. In a lot of soils, however, the phosphorus doesn't move through the soil very easily. So we want to put the phosphorus down under the roots. You can use bone meal for phosphorus. I'm going to be using Neptune's Harvest crab and lobster shell. I love that because there's a lot of different particle sizes in here, large and small. And so it's a quick source of phosphorus, but then the larger pieces take a little bit longer to break down. So it kind of spreads that feeding out throughout the season. So that'll take it through the season, about 8 to 9 months for garlic. And I'm also going to put a little bit of kelp meal from Neptune's Harvest in the bottom of the hole as well. There was a study done that showed that adding potassium, which kelp is high in, helps garlic absorb all the other nutrients and vitamins and everything from the soil that it needs. It helps it absorb all of those things a little easier. And that's going to give you bigger, stronger bulbs in the end to harvest. Now, the spacing for garlic is 4 to 6 inches apart and about 2 inches deep. So we're going to dig a hole about 2 inches deep, put the crab and lobster and the kelp meal in the bottom and mix it up a bit, put the bulb in and cover it up. The flat part goes down, the pointy part points up, and that's where the sprouts are going to start coming from. Now, once the garlic is sprouted and up about 2 to 4 inches tall, it's a good idea to mulch the bed with dry leaves, grass clippings, something like that, just to keep the weeds down, the moisture in, or even better, you can interplant with lettuce. Just sprinkle some lettuce seeds around the garlic. It's going to have plenty of time to develop, maybe even a few crops of it before the garlic is big enough to worry about. Garlic on the whole is pretty much pest resistant. It actually deters pests, so planting it with the lettuce is going to keep the pests away from the lettuce. It takes about 8 to 9 months to get a harvest, but again, you can interplant between them so it's not wasting a lot of space. Keep the soil moist. If it's winter, the rain should do that, and fertilize every few weeks with a well-balanced fertilizer. I'm going to be using Neptune's Harvest tomato and veg formula. You do want to watch out for rust though on your garlic and trim off any leaves that show signs. That's the best way to deal with it. You can also spray an organic fungicide like copper, but it's best to just remove the leaves. That's going to be the most effective way to go. Now in early to midsummer, the plants are gonna start to get yellow and brown. At that point, it's time to harvest. Give this video a click to find out how to harvest, cure, and store your garlic. I'll see you guys next time.